Probably. So, yeah, you ready to bring our guest in?
We have a guest tonight? Who's our guest?
We have Michael Hulvey from the Wicked Whiskers Facial Hair Club. They're going to be putting on their event this upcoming weekend, April 2nd. So not this weekend, but the following weekend. So we're going to learn everything there is to learn about that event. And here's Michael Hulvey. What's going on, sir?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hi.
Magic of the internet.
I'm telling you, I feel like I've been just magically brought to your broadcast studio.
You did. You're magically here. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing excellent, guys. How about you guys?
Can't complain.
First off, I got to say, man, that is an excellent looking NASCAR.
Yeah, dude, look at this thing.
I know. If you ask me, the hood just makes the car, though.
It does.
It had to have brought, 4 or 5 extra 100 horsepower to that car?
I think it was like 732,000 extra horsepower. It
Nice.
was actually, it made it illegal. That's why he couldn't run it in Atlanta. They said it was too fast.
Too many horses. They brought all the Amish's horses and put them under the hood.
All the Amish from around the country put all their horses under that hood, and
that's a lot of horsepower.
Super fast. So
we're looking forward
to. Yeah, honest. Yeah, we're looking forward to watching that car run in Richmond. But that goes with what I talked to you about earlier. Richmond race and the Wicked Whiskers competition is the same weekend. So unfortunately, Honest Amish will not be selling at your event, but we send out a package and everybody first, second, and third, and the raffles, and probably enough for judges too. We'll get some Honest Amish, so we'll still be represented at your event. But
definitely.
Unfortunately, I can't be in 2 places at the same time.
That's all right. I mean, come on, guys. You've put all that effort into that NASCAR. Get it there. I would actually be upset if you chose us over NASCAR.
See, that's the same thing that the First Coast Villains said. Word for word is what they said. They would be disappointed if we chose to go to their event instead of the NASCAR race. And then, maybe it'll work out. Maybe it'll rain in Richmond. We'll end up at your event. Who knows?
Hey, I mean, you guys are more than welcome. I mean, hopefully we get, more than 5 judges and the 1 MC to show up. But, hey, if we don't, we'll just judge them guys.
That's right. I mean, that's 6 people. That's plenty.
That's more than enough.
I've been to beer competitions with 6 people before. It's doable.
Oh, yeah.
So real quick before we get into this, behind you, I'm assuming are all of your different, of course, on your wall, all your different awards that you've got, but right behind you are all your
all the lanyards.
Yeah, all your cool. That is, how many do you think you have there?
Just on this wall, there's probably just for me over 30, and then I got more on another shelf.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So how long you been doing this?
Since 2017.
Oh wow.
So when I first came on to the scene, I hit everyone I could find. I had like a 10-hour radius. If it was 10 hours, we're going. So, when COVID hit, we pretty much shut down.
Yeah, most people did.
I mean, it's the impact that it took. Thank God that the online comps came in. But we were used to hopping in the car every other weekend and going somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you, Aaron. Sounds like. Did you rip him off, Aaron?
He did. I think I influenced Aaron just a little bit.
I was like, I want to be just like Michael Wayne Hulvey when I grow up.
Yep. Well, I don't know how many comps you got under your belt, Aaron.
I quit counting. It's definitely over 100.
Exactly. So
sure.
I'm kind of striving for that 100, but those are just. I think there's 2 judges out of that. I know there's a lot more judging spots that I've done, but just hanging up there, yes. I like to think of myself as a professional lanyard collector.
A professional lanyard? I mean, you got to collect something. You got to be a professional at something. There you go.
Hell, I can't collect trophies, so I might as well,
I mean, collect the lanyard from the event.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. So, yeah, we're going to do our very first comp that we've actually put on for Wicked Whiskers. April 2nd, Bullpen, Leadington, Missouri. Judge-wise, we got Bill Peterson from Queen City.
Never heard of him.
I haven't either. He actually reached out and begged us, if you believe that.
I believe that.
I do believe that.
some weird guy named Omar Schifrin from like the Bearded Monkeys.
I think I may have heard of him.
You mean Andrew Matson?
Yes, that would be Andrew Matson. Yes.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much the same person. I've never seen them in the same place at the same time. So
you threw out a good point. Me either.
Weird.
Another judge that we have is Chris Webb. He's from Rocket City Bearded Villains down in Alabama.
Okay.
Another one we have, it's from a small club down in Central Texas. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. His name's Ian Long.
I think I've heard of his wife.
Yes, Christina.
Yes,
I've heard of her, but I've never heard of Ian.
We had actually wanted Christina, but her booking agent said she was unavailable that day.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
She's hard to get a hold of. She's probably drinking a margarita somewhere that day.
Probably. I mean, I was told that she was not going to be able to bring her margarita machine.
So she just wasn't interested.
Right.
She's too bougie for your event anyway, I've heard.
I know. I have her a lanyard that says bougie.
And she turned it down.
She turned it down. Yep.
What a joke.
But I blame that. I really blame that on her booking agent, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so our last judge, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. His name is Jackson Shively.
Oh my gosh, that kid's.
I heard his dad was Monty.
You know?
Did you hear that?
Yes, I have seen that and heard that.
Yeah, Monty Mentor was Ryan Sheebley the whole time.
Yes.
Who freaking knew?
Yep. Weird. So that was my the judge that I really wanted was Jackson, and I actually got to ask him in person.
Cool.
In Evansville last fall.
Yeah.
And he didn't throw anything at you?
Well, I'm not going to go that far. Ryan was like, well, why are you asking him? Why didn't you ask me? And I'm like, we wanted a celebrity.
Yeah. Sorry, Monty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of my last interactions with Jackson was him whipping plastic barn animals at me.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
This Jackson guy sounds like a wild card. You better.
He is. He's crazy.
Pretty wild.
Keep him reeled in.
From what I understand, he has a pretty busy schedule, so I'm lucky I got him with all the sports that he plays.
Yeah, he's playing baseball,
basketball.
He's
a little bit of everything.
Super busy.
So
so this is your first competition, and it's with the Wicked Whiskers Facial Hair Club. You want to tell us a little bit about the Wicked Whiskers Facial Hair Club?
Well, I'm the founder. We started in about 2019 with Wicked Whiskers. Just kind of veered off from the club we were with, and just started doing a lot more local-based activities, and trying to help everybody out for charity. Once again, with COVID hitting, it was a slow go starting. So, this was actually, we had actually kind of planned this one for last year, and things just didn't work out. We didn't want to make anybody sick, so we just stretched it out and just kind of started going slow and see where we could go. We didn't even think we'd be able to put one on this year. And believe it or not, the response I've got, it's blowed up. If we get half of the people that say they're going to come, I will be stoked for the charity myself.
Yeah, I mean that's usually about pretty good. You can look at the event page and you can pretty well cut that number in half, and that's pretty good usually. So.
Exactly. So
you got a bunch of knuckleheads like me that always click go into all of them. So
I do believe some guy reached out to me by the name of Aaron Johnston, said, "Hey, what do you need? How can I help?" And, he's kind of started hitting like and send and everything, and giving me a nice kick to get things going.
Tried to help out, and then he stood you up.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's okay. That's
So
okay.
you got some judges. Where's this event going to be held?
It's going to be held at the Bullpen in Leadington. It's a warehouse converted bar.
Wow.
Which it's a huge venue, not quite as big as Nationals in Chicago, but it's pretty good size. When I asked them what their capacity was, they said, "How many people can you bring?"
Wow, there you go. That's pretty solid.
They did not give us a cutoff. So
you got a full on stage at this place and everything.
It's not a stage, but we do have it's almost a putting green, if you will. We'll be able to walk in easy. If the Whiskerinas do anything huge and creative, they'll be able to just roll right up. So,
well, can they walk?
They could, but
okay.
I think it'd be funner to roll, wouldn't you?
There you go. I mean, you said it was a putting green, so I mean that should be what everyone does. Everyone should have to roll onto the stage.
Exactly. Everybody comes up with a putter. If you can get a hole in one, we might give you a 6.5.
There you go.
You know, so yeah. I mean, it's our first one. Hopefully, we do good. So
I hope so.
It's for Raising a Village. I know you and I had talked earlier, Aaron, about it. They do everything from drug and alcohol counseling for us adults down to child abuse counseling, and for children of sexual abuse cases, she will actually get in the middle of it, court between the child and the abuser. So there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? So the accuser can't intimidate the child, if you will.
Well, I mean, that's super good that there's someone that's able to do that, because I know that's extremely important.
Yes. And with me being a grandfather of a 4-year-old granddaughter, that was something huge. It was just like sold.
How did you get linked up with this charity?
We were looking for someone who we thought would be good. I don't want to say good enough, but what's the word I'm looking for? Thankful.
There you go. Yeah.
And I had reached out to a couple like food pantries and stuff like that, and they didn't want to have anything. So I had actually done research, and I went in and talked to Leanne, who owns it, and said, "Hey, this is what we want to do for you. What do you think?" And that turned into a 4-hour, not an interview, but showing us everything they do for the kids and everything. So it kind of melted our heart, and we said, "Yeah, we're sold. Let's do it."
Yeah,
that's definitely the way to do it, to be able to just kind of, find someone and then go and talk to them. And then, it's got to be amazing for them to just be like, holy crap, you guys want to do this for us. And then to just sit there and give you their whole story and explain to you all the things they do, and really inform you. And, hopefully that at the event, they're going to be there. I'm sure it's with the table set up, and, everyone that comes to the event can go up and get some information from them, talk to them, learn a little bit more about what they do for the community and stuff like that. I mean, that's really awesome that you.
Right. Actually, after I got off the phone with you today, Aaron, Leanne had reached out and said, "Hey, we're at the go time. What can I do? I'm getting antsy." And I said, "Hey, let's calm down. We got all the time in the world. We still got a week."
That's only a week. That's not all the time in the world.
Yeah. No pressure, right?
No pressure. Just push the heck out of it.
But to have someone that involved, and she has an open door policy of, you don't even have to call. You come anytime. You can come in, look around. She has nothing to hide, and it's just a small little place. Actually, it's right over top of the hill from the venue that we chose.
So she'll definitely be there.
Oh, yes. Yes. She better be anyways. If not, I'm going to get her.
Nah, I'm sure she will. Sounds like she's going to be pretty involved.
When we locked the venue down, I was so adamant about getting the venue that I went and sat till the owner finally came out and said, "They've told me that you are looking for me, and I've been busy. What do you need?" And I said, "I want your venue," and explained to him what we do. And he goes, "Absolutely." And I said, "But wait, there's a catch. We don't want to pay for a venue." And he's like, "Come on, bring it."
Heck yeah.
He said, actually, he's a sports bar / music. He's only been open about 9 months, but they sell the place out every weekend. I don't know if you guys had watched like national news or anything, but we recently, in a town over, had a police officer murdered and another one that was injured in a shooting.
Mm-hmm.
He give all of one day's proceeds to one of the officers, and then in I believe it's 2 or 3 days at the weekend, he's doing it for the other officer.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, he doesn't want a dime. That day is completely for the officers. So
sounds like a good dude, obviously.
Yeah, pretty good dude. So yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, helping me get out, Aaron. I know that you've thrown it out there for me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're trying to help you out and help out the community in any way we can. That's what we're doing. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. I mean, I think we've talked before I'll pop into a beard competition. I don't always take a first place or usually a dead last. I'm not really about the trophy. I'm just about, one, getting out there to help the charity. Two, it's a great getaway for us when we can get away.
And three, it's about getting the lanyard.
Yeah, that's what I'm about.
That's exactly
number one, getting that lanyard.
Just remember, the cooler the lanyard, the better.
There you go.
I mean, I believe Talking Beards had a competition, online competition. Do you believe I think I have the only lanyard from that?
We have a lanyard from that?
You do now. It's hanging on my wall.
Wow. Good job. Yeah. Good job, us. We did it. We got lanyards.
Hold on now. Let me see if I can find you here.
You made a lanyard for our online event.
I did, because it was I had to put it on the wall.
That's pretty cool.
I hope you guys don't get mad for plagiarism or anything.
No, but you do have a lot of FHL ones up there, which is really cool.
I do.
So who's going to be emceeing this event?
Jeremiah Duncan from Bearded Villains, Kentucky.
Okay.
Huh.
I have been to several competitions and spoke with Jeremiah on several occasions.
Mm-hmm. You did it.
And I was down in Alabama, and I said, "Hey,
Roll
Jeremiah,
Tide.
What?
Actual Roll Tide. That
Roll Tide.
fit.
Yeah, Roll Tide." So I said, "Hey, why don't you come to our event in April?" And he said, "Well, I have to check my schedule because he gets his kids, and I totally understand that, family first."
Joey Rumpelstiltskin's here. Oh my goodness.
Hi, Joey.
Hey,
wow.
Joey.
What happened to her?
Hey, Joey, I'm only like 45 minutes from you, dear.
Yeah, dear.
Yeah, dear.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
But I asked Jeremiah when he called, he said, "Hey, I got off for your event." I said, "Would you like to MC?" And it was just not even a hesitation. So, plus, he gives out some pretty awesome hugs between him and Bill Peterson.
Wow. I've never heard of him.
I tried to give out a hug today with my shirt off, and I was refused.
Really?
Angry. Yeah.
It was gosh darn Omar. He's just I'm not
freaking Andrew. I was like, what if I take my pants off? And that didn't even entice him. That made him run faster.
Oh boy, that's
stupid.
Yeah. Hey, I thought this was family friendly. Pants off. Come on, I could have did this show with no shirt on.
No, I mean you could give Andrew a shirt or a hug with no shirt or pants on. He loves that sort of thing. He was telling me earlier, it's like, if you had a Speedo on, I would definitely give you a hug. So next time that anybody's at an event and they have a Speedo on, just make sure you go up and give Andrew Matson like the biggest hug you can possibly give him.
And the sweatier you are, the better.
Preferably as sweaty as possible.
Oh,
that's what he was telling me earlier.
Good to know, Andrew. Good to know, buddy.
All right. So are you having any type of like pre-party the night before or like a breakfast the day after? What else do you have going on?
We are not, and that's because of our schedules.
All right.
All of our schedules do not line up. As a matter of fact, Aaron, you sent me the link. You said, "Hey, here's the link." And I told you I'll be home in 10 minutes.
Yep.
My schedule is 8 hours, but here lately it's been 12, 13, 14 hours. And I don't want to promise anything to anybody, and we can't make it.
Well, you're a freaking wild man putting in those kind of hours. Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't used to be like that, but I actually run maintenance at a veteran-owned assisted living facility.
Okay.
So a lot of times I got to be the one there. They call, "Hey, this is broke." I can walk people through it, but it's I'd rather be on site.
It's just easier just to do it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
So, anyways, so
no pre-party, but if everybody comes into town, I'm sure they can probably just meet up at this venue. Sounds like they're not going to tell people to leave.
They are not going to turn you away if you show up. If you guys roll into town, shoot me a message. If I'm off, we'll get together. I don't drink anymore, but I'll have a glass of water with you.
Yeah.
Quality H2O.
That right there. Let's see. Right there. I'm coming up August 5th. I'll be 8 months sober.
Good for you, man.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, it was definitely a decision I had to make, and it was time. So,
how do you feel?
I feel excellent.
Yeah,
there has been days, I'm not going to lie, that boy up here sure did look good.
It's like after mowing when it's hot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've smoked cigarettes before. I no longer smoke. When I quit drinking, that was probably the hardest thing I've done. And that's because, just like you said, Aaron, after you're done mowing, get a cold beer. You know, and I decided if we were doing it, we were going to do it 100%. We wasn't lacking back.
There you go. You quit cigars as well?
No, I still enjoy a cigar every now and then.
I got you. Because that was the picture we chose to put up there. I'm like, wow, hopefully we didn't.
No.
The non-cigar smoking Michael Hulvey, and we freaking blasting you everywhere.
I used to smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day, guys.
Wow.
I mean, I smoked for 24 years. The last 10 was 3 packs a day. And in 2013, my father had a heart attack. I took off work, went to the hospital with him, and stayed with him for like a week. Every doctor that come in, you got to quit smoking. You got to quit smoking. And I just chalked it off. My wife come in. She's like, you're done. I don't want to see you like this. And I'm like, leave me alone. And so I had a pack of cigarettes left at that time. It lasted me a week. And my last cigarette, it took me, no kidding, 45 minutes to smoke that cigarette.
Wow.
And I sat and thought about it, put them down, walked away.
That's it.
So, I mean,
it's possible.
It is what it is.
If it's something that you want to do, you can absolutely make it happen.
Exactly.
I don't want to do it.
And that's it. I would never tell someone to quit drinking. I'd never tell anybody to quit smoking. That's, you got to make that decision.
Would you tell Aaron to stop being pissed?
I can't tell him to stop being pissed.
I'm pissed right now.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
What was you pissed, Aaron, whenever they wasn't able to qualify last week?
I was disappointed. I really was. I mean, we were almost to freaking Atlanta, and then it was just raining and raining. We were talking about it back and forth. I'm like, we were scheduling it for NASCAR ourselves. We're like, well, we could, it's going to stop raining at 6. They could clean the track, dry it off by 7, and then 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock they could do practice. But it was all dictated by TV. TV wanted the practice on, and TV wanted the qualifying on. There were 2 3-hour windows, so they moved practice to Saturday in the qualifying window, and then they just used owners' points to set the truck, Xfinity, and Cup field. So,
right.
And when you're a part-time team that hasn't really ran much races, you're not in the top 30 in owners' points. It's the way that works. But yeah, I've talked to him a bunch of times, and he feels like the car was fast enough that he would have done well. And we watched the race, and there were some teams that were kind of back marker teams and on that new track, and they were bad fast. But we don't know. But I know that he's got 2 starts in an Xfinity car at Richmond. And he's got like a 13th and an 18th, I do believe. And those are pretty good numbers. So,
but now he's going to have all the Amish horsepower underneath that hood.
That's right.
I mean,
and I hear he's growing a beard right now.
Nice.
Breaking news.
Dylan Bassett is rubbing Honest Amish beard oil in his skin minute by minute, trying to grow a beard by Richmond.
Yes.
So.
There you go. Well, are they actually going to pop the hood and look at all the horses that's underneath it?
Nope. They're keeping it shut. They
Good
took
deal.
the little hitch thing or a little latch out of the inside of the car where you pop the hood. They threw it away.
There you go.
Said
so
no more hoods
open
for you
anymore.
Nice.
But yeah, so corn underneath the car.
That's kind of the plan, guys. We're going to try to raise some money for charity. But like I said, every dollar helps. So I appreciate everything you guys have done thus far.
Yeah, not a problem. You got anything else that you want to add about your event?
I mean, no, pretty much it is kid friendly, so feel free to bring the kids out. That was one thing for me. Just I wanted the kids to be able to be involved. So,
what time does everybody need to get there, and what time is the event going to start?
So registration is from 5 to 6:30, and the event starts at 7 o'clock ish.
Is there any pre-registration links or anything?
No, we do not have pre-registration. We're going to register right there on the spot and get it done. Like I said, it's the first one, so I'd rather all the kinks be right there in person rather than out in cyberspace.
That makes sense.
So hopefully next year we're really ready to go and we got everything figured out. So right now we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants.
That's the best way, I think.
I will tell you that we have the what I consider the traveling knuckles up for grabs. It is the ugliest, god awful concoction between motorcycle parts and welded steel.
So tell us all about this freaking. I didn't even write it down.
Brass knuckle? What's the brass knuckle theme thing?
Okay, whenever we were looking to have a mascot. We had Mob, had the Tommy gun at the time, and we didn't want Axis to offend any other beard club or anything.
Yeah.
So whenever it came in, we got the skull, which we call Walter, with the brass knuckles on each side. Let's do it. I mean, everybody else was kind of going with the theme, and that's one thing that stayed with us is the brass knuckles. That's just kind of our gig, our go-to, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So in my sticker box that someone may have stickered in Nashville, Aaron.
What?
Yeah. There is actually a green pair in there that I like to take pictures with everybody. We don't use them. They're just there. They got our colors on them. So if you ever see my box, just grab them and take a picture.
Grab it and punch you right in the nose with your brass knuckles.
No! That's not what he said not to do.
I'll take a picture while I'm doing it.
Okay, well, as long as you take a picture, yeah. Just knock me out, though. That's all I ask. I don't want to feel it.
So what's the deal with the knuckles? So
okay, so the traveling knuckles.
Traveling knuckles, yeah.
They were actually cut out and created by Ian Long at the body shop that he works at.
Okay.
So they're a foot long by 6 inches tall. They are attached to some motorcycle parts with some very, very bad welds because I ran out of gas with the welder and I said, we ain't going to town to buy it. So it's just basically the beard club that we feel is worthy of them that night are going to get them. They're literally stood up. The knuckles are going across the top. Just something to talk about. Like, look at this god awful thing we got in Missouri. This poor boy couldn't weld.
So is this like the biggest club or the bushiest club or what?
No, it's basically I had put out there, you got to compete. Your club's got to compete. I don't care if there's one member to the club competing or if there's 100. You just got to show that enthusiasm when you guys come up.
That's cool.
I mean, yes, sir.
If someone brings a club sandwich, may that sandwich compete?
Yes, it can.
What category would a club sandwich be in, you think?
Oh, man.
So
that'd be a tough one. I'm a freestyle guy, but I would have to say Whaler.
Yeah. I was going to say Whaler or Chop, something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one likes those. So no one really likes a club sandwich.
There it is. Natalie said it's Chops because it's 2 breads.
Oh.
Like 2 beards. So there you go.
100%, Miss Natalie.
But time out. Usually the club sandwich has 3 pieces of bread.
What?
Club sandwich. Yeah. It has.
Really?
Yeah. It has a middle piece of
Musketeer.
bread in there. Well, it could be.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That's a crate. That must be some sort of like Austin club sandwich thing.
No, that's like the traditional like diner club sandwich.
We're talking about like a grocery store club sandwich, not
like a wicked club sandwich.
Yeah, like a wicked club sandwich, like a wicked club sandwich, like from Boston.
Yeah,
like a lobster roll. It just has 3 pieces of bread.
So yeah, basically the traveling knucklers are probably the ugliest god awful thing you've ever seen in your life, but they're a conversation piece.
Throw them in a jump pile. That too, and we talk about that all the time.
Stupid.
So yeah, it could be one competing member, it could be 100. Just bring your enthusiasm when you show up.
Nice. Well, hopefully you get a lot of enthusiastic people in Leadington, Missouri, coming up on April 2nd. And,
there you go.
They're going to just be so enthusiastic you won't even know who will give these brass knuckles to.
Hey, never know. They're not big enough to hurt anybody, trust me. They're kid friendly.
Yep, and everyone's going to be there to help raising a village and learn about all the great things that they're doing in the community, and to you guys are going to be there to help raise money for them and help them do more than they can right now, which is, I mean, every one of these nonprofits, are, especially coming out of COVID, and what we learned about, like, as you were talking about online stuff is, and what we learned too was all these nonprofits couldn't hold events, fundraising events, and a lot of them had a lot of problems over the couple of years. And I'm sure they're probably in the same boat too. And anything can help. So everyone go out to this event and help them.
Yep, appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate you, and hopefully everything goes well and you have a great time.
All right, you guys too. Hey, I'm going to run. Thanks for having me on. I will be listening, but I'm going to go hop in the shower and get ready for the morning.
All right, buddy. You have a great night and enjoy your shower.
I will. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Aaron.
What?
He's going to go run in his shower. He's got a treadmill.
He must have a huge shower.
He's got a treadmill in his shower.
I mean, that's multitasking. That's smart. You can work out and shower all at the same time.
And he's going to continue watching the show. Did you hear that?
He's got a TV in the shower too.
Wow.
This is great.